you're only 2 months in, but it's a little too easy to forget you've got a potential super baby packed away in there. Lovely imagery, I said, chuckling as I sipped my ginger ale. It bubbled through my stomach, crisp and refreshing. Trust me, I never forget. My body might not look different, but it feels like it's been taken over by a cantankerous alien who craves pickles slathered in peanut butter and furikake and is sick all the time and also has increased levels of undeniable horniness. Wait, really? Aveda goggled at me. Souped-up sex drive? Are you going to drag Nate into the gutter's back room later? I know that spot has, sentimental meaning for you, too. I already tried that, before I started feeling pukey. I set my empty glass to the side and leaned back against the bathroom wall. He wasn't into it. Seriously? Aveda's brows drew together, her stare getting more intense. I thought you guys were always into it, maybe even too much into it, given that you were willing to, well, get into it in gross places like the gutter's back room. You're one to talk. I've never had sex on the floor of a demon-possessed bridal salon, I said, allowing my eyes to drift closed. The soothing effects of the ginger ale were already wearing off, and the room was feeling a little spinny. Anyway, Nate's been nervous about, as he would put it, engaging in too much physically strenuous activity. Ever since the doctor warned me about my blood pressure. Aveda said. My eyes were still closed, but I could feel her gaze on me as she analyzed this new information. Don't you also have a medication for that? Although given your flakiness with the anti-nausea meds, I suppose I can understand some extra caution. After all, this is Team Tanaka/Jupiter's first baby. I felt her hand close around mine, her voice warming. Oh, Evie, just look at you. You're glowing. I opened my eyes and smiled back at her, and refrained from noting that the glow was most likely from the bathroom's harsh fluorescent light beating down on us. Team Tanaka/Jupiter was my superheroine partnership with Aveda, although it was also so much more than that. Aveda and I had been best friends ever since kindergarten. We were the only Asian Americans in Mrs. Miller's class, and Aveda had defended me against an angry mob of children who deemed my snack-time spam musubi gross. I'd held her hair back when she puked it all up later, and we'd been inseparable from then on. Things had taken a turn 14 years ago, when wannabe Demon Queen Shasta had opened up the first-ever Otherworld portal in San Francisco, set on invasion. Shasta was also Nate's mom, making her technically my mother-in-law, and the grandmother to our baby, which I tried not to think about too much. Unfortunately for Shasta, that portal was so shitty and unstable, it snapped shut immediately, killing her raiding party of humanoid demons and stranding her in our realm. The powers formerly housed in the bodies of her raiding party had migrated to human bodies, like mine and Aveda's, and that portal had after effects we were still dealing with, all these years later. First, it had been smaller portals that kept opening up and depositing smaller demons on our formerly peaceful Bay Area doorstep. Aveda, who had always known she was destined for greatness, christened herself Aveda Jupiter, beloved superheroine of San Francisco. She'd fought those puppy demons, piranha-like pests who took the form of the first earthly object they saw. Nearly a decade ago, I'd become her personal assistant. This was after I dropped out of my grad school program in pop culture studies due to a little incident involving the firepower I'd spent a good chunk of my life trying to suppress and the Morgan College Library, which I'd sort of burned down. Yeah. And 5 years ago, we'd become legit co-superheroines. This was after I accidentally let loose with the firepower while I was posing as Aveda and had been forced to confront my various issues stemming from my need for control, my tendency to go out of my way to blend into the background, and the occasionally toxic codependent bond Aveda and I had shared for so many years. Now we were best friends and true partners in protecting San Francisco from all demon threats, along with our hodgepodge collection of a found family. We'll make sure you take all of your medication as soon as we get back to HQ, Aveda said. In the meantime, is there anything else I can take care of for you? Oh, do you want to do that interview with Maisie? You know she's lurking around out there, right? She wants to get...